Hello, and how are you doing this evening? And welcome to Sharise Johnson Moore's podcast, where today our topic is Think About It Sunday. Think About It Sunday gives us refreshment in our minds to ask our questions about how do we see ourselves. That's our topic for today. How do we see ourselves? Do we see ourselves in a good light or do we see ourselves in a bad light? That is the question I'm asking you. So let's get busy and dive into this conversation, okay? And come on, baby. Let's have a conversation and let's get down to the nitty-gritty of the situation. All right? Come on. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Hello. How are you doing today? Yes, it is very imperative that we ask ourselves questions sometimes of how do we see ourselves? How do we see ourselves? How do we look upon ourselves? How we really reflect and go into a mode that we see ourselves. You know, sometimes we can go into a mode of where we're contemplating. We're contemplating. Hello. Hi. Let's see who this is. Arts Folio. Hi. Thank you for joining me. My name is Sharise Johnson Moore, and you have come in to Think About It Sunday. Yes, Think About It Sunday. Hi, how are y'all doing? Yes, live me one. How you doing? Hi, baby. How are you doing today? So, I'm in a little dark place right now. I'm trying to get the most of the light in this room, and I'm trying to really, try to do the best I can in a quiet place because I'm also doing my podcast at the same time. So if you know anybody that would like to advertise and, I could, do business with them and post their blogs or post their websites or post what kind of business that they do, send them my way. You can check me out in the DM. Whoever runs across this and is interested in advertising on my podcast for advertisement space, you come to me, okay? Come to me and I will we'll talk about it, okay? So, like I was saying, this episode is about Think About It Sunday. Think About It Sunday is a topic that, you have to get into the mood of asking yourself, how do I see myself? How do I see me as a person? How do I see me? And sometimes when it's 5555644, hi, how you doing? My name is Sharise Johnson Moore, and welcome to the broadcast. So, like I said, how do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a positive person? Do you see yourself as a negative person? Do you see yourself happy and chipper, or do we deal with issues of depression and anxiety? I know sometimes we might deal with that sometimes in our life, but it's all about the mindset. It's all about our mindsets, what we keep our minds on when we are dealing with when we're dealing with life's issues. Life is, sometimes we want life to be smooth and we want it to be kind of grandeur, but sometimes life is not like that. Sometimes we have bumps and bruises and falls and tossed and turns along the way, but it's all about the mindset. How do you set your mind? How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as motivated, invigorated, rejuvenated as a person, that each one that you get up is a blessing? Because It's all about how we think about ourselves. Do we think ourselves as we look beautiful, we look handsome, we're smart, we're intelligent, and we use our brains to create things that bring us, stability and responsibility, and we do those without a hitch. It's all about your mindset. It's all about your mindset. When you have a mindset that is positive, you will not fail. You will not fail. And sometimes we get the little bumps on the road, sometimes about our dreams and our goals, but we should never give up with taking our dreams or our goals or our, whatever we're pursuing. We should never take them and forsake them. We should always keep going forward, moving forward. Moving forward means, look, that was a little bump in the road. Okay, now what's the next step? We have to jump those hurdles sometimes, and sometimes the hurdles are not easy to jump, but we get across them anyway. And I just want to motivate somebody today that see yourself in a good light. See yourself as beautiful, as handsome, as intelligent, smart. You can do all things through Christ that strengthens you, and no matter what's thrown your way, you can always throw it back at who threw it to you, right? So, and let the stuff bounce off of you. Let it bounce off of you. Don't let it stick to you like glue. Let it slide off you like water off a duck's back, okay? So I just want to encourage somebody today. Think of yourself. How do you see yourself? How do you see you? Do you see yourself as, as somebody that goes out into the world and conquers it? And you might have these little bumps and bruises, but you don't let nothing stop you. You don't let nothing come and get in your way. I'm saying this because I have so many things going on in this era of mine, and I feel like I got to catch up because I started so late. I'll be 49 my next birthday, and I feel like I am behind. I'm slow. I've wasted my life with a lot of things that were unnecessary things to do, but God says you are never too old. Okay, if He can give Sarah a baby, Sarah a baby now, Sarah a baby at the old age she was, I know He can, He could do a lot for me too, and like they say, hey, Dr. Tammy Francis. Hello, Dr. Tammy Francis. How are you doing? My name is Sharise Johnson Moore, and welcome to Think About It Sunday. This is an episode I have every Sunday. I have a couple of episodes I do on Sundays. And it is, I make you think. I think about, today's topic. It says, how do you see yourself? And the thing is that we have to see ourselves in a good light. We have to keep a positive mindset. We have to keep ourselves moving and shaking. And I used to think, oh, I'm too old to write a book. I'm too old. I can't do all this traveling. I can't do I kept making excuses. And then I had this dramatic life change where I lost the three most important people in my life, and I realized I have a legacy. I'm standing on the shoulders of someone that used to be a slave. I'm standing on the shoulders of someone that used to work in the field. I stand on the shoulders of someone that comes from another country, but but we are all equal here in the United States. So I think of the things that my grandmother went through, the things that my great-grandmother went through, and the Lord blessed me. I was saying this earlier in another episode of legacy and legacy, and how do you see yourself in your legacy? How do you feel about it? And I was thinking it is so important that we take our legacy and we live that legacy. We live out the legacy that our forefathers, our foremothers, that they they left for us to do. They left us to, to live our dreams that they might have had. Well, some, like my grandmother said, she didn't get but to the 8th grade. My dad didn't get to the 5th grade. And my great-great-grandmother was a slave. And I stand on her shoulders. I stand on her standing in a cotton field. I stand on her owning property. I stand on her shoulders, and I look at all the things that I've dealt with in my life, and I think I've got it kind of made. I think about all the stuff that they went through so I could be here. So why am I not going to take advantage of this? Why I'm not going to just live life to the glory of God and live out their dreams and the purpose they might have had for me, and you never know where your dreams and your faith will take you. So I just wanted to put that out there and think about it. Think about it, honey. Think about all the things, how you see yourself. You always must see yourself in a positive light. You always must see yourself as a conqueror. You always must see yourself as an overcomer. You always must see yourself as a faith-walking faith-walking person that believes in themselves, person that believes in their dreams and their goals. And, I had this one thing that came across my mind. I said, I had a friend of mine. I read a book. Her name is Jessica Rowe. And she wrote this book about entrepreneurship. And in her book, she has a passage that says entrepreneurship is a lifestyle. It's not a hobby. It's a lifestyle. So that means you got to do some changing with your people, places, and things. So I had to get on the good foot and do the same. So whoever sees this, I want you to know that you are beautiful and you are wonderfully and you are marvelously made by God himself. So don't let nobody tell you any different, honey. Okay? So I want to say thank you for coming in to this broadcast of Think About It Sunday. And you are made by God. And you are not a mistake. You are marvelously and wonderfully made. I love y'all. Y'all have a nice day. Bye, babies. Hello, everyone. Hi, how are y'all doing? Okay, it's advertisement time. I want to let everyone know that is listening to this podcast is that you can always donate to the podcast to keep it on the air. Just your donation. Donations are always welcome. Donations are always welcome. I would greatly appreciate your help in keeping this on the air. All donations are acceptable, cash, credit, or charge. And you can reach me through my podcast to make your donation. And I greatly appreciate all the help that I get from everyone. So thank you very much, so much. You are greatly appreciated.